Hello everyone, I'm Aditya and welcome to Calm Your Wits round 3. Although this is being our first episode that will be airing on YouTube, we have had our first two non-YouTube trial runs, or you can say non-YouTube uh, guinea pig rounds. Our first participant is Anshita Gaur. Then we have Diksha Kataria, Shwetank Jambulkar, and Niranjan Natikar. So all of us, we are here from across the country, I suppose. I think Niranjan's from US.
Yes.
See, we are an international club now. So, yeah. So the order that we have today for the quiz will be on the basis of alphabetical order. So we start with Anshita, go to Diksha, then Niranjan, and lastly Shwetank. After our first half of the quiz, we will be shifting the rotation to reverse alphabetical. So we start with Shwetank, then Niranjan, then Diksha, then Anshita. This quiz will have 22 questions. So first half will comprise of 11 and second half will be 11. If we reach the end of the quiz with a tie, there are tiebreaker questions, which we haven't had a chance to use till now. Let's see what happens today. So all the best, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anshita, this is your first direct. X is an Indian actor whose first movie was from Hollywood. He was also the first Indian actor who made an appearance in a Hollywood movie. So there are two different statements. It says that the debut movie was from Hollywood and he was the first person who had made an appearance in a Hollywood movie. Despite of being born in India, he never made it into Bollywood, and his only claim to fame was his short stint at Hollywood. So I want you to identify this person.
I think I know who this is, but I don't remember the name. Wait,
Okay.
is it Dev Patel?
Not Dev Patel. Going to Diksha.
Bollywood and Hollywood are my kryptonite. Carl Penn.
Not Kalpen. Niranjan.
My guess was going to be Dev Patel. So, Kunal Nayyar?
Not Kunal Nair. Shwetank.
Short stint. No, I'll probably take the hint. I'll pass for this one.
Okay, so we'll go for one more round and make it a 5-pointer, starting with Anshita. So the hint here is that this person never acted in a color or a technicolor movie. Always worked with black and white. So think of that era before the 60s or late 50s. And obviously it could not have been Dev Patel or Kunal Nair or Kalpan because they're all very recent as compared to that. So we are talking about an actor from the pre-independence time.
I have no idea.
Okay. Going to Diksha.
Sorry, before Anshita passes, his only claim to fame is his short stint in Hollywood, meaning that's the only reason he is famous.
Yeah.
He is not into any other thing.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I have nothing. Shaktiman.
Not Shaktiman. Okay. Going to Niranjan.
Yeah. The not in Bollywood thing is throwing me off. I have no idea.
Shwetank.
Yeah, even I don't know anyone from the 40s or 50s. I don't know that era. So I'll pass him.
No problem. So this person is not a famous actor. That's why I picked up. His name was Sabu Dastagir, and he worked in a movie in 1937 called The Elephant Boy. After that, he never worked in a movie. Being the first Indian person, he made a record that he was the first person in Hollywood. That's why he's famous, or that's the only claim to fame.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, I
Would have never
understand
guessed
that
that.
it was a tricky one, but yeah, it actually fascinated me when I read about it. So
Yeah, it
So-
is. It is.
so from Anshita, we go to Diksha. Blank is a mythical animal typically represented as a horse and has been popularly mentioned in folklore and modern fiction alike. Based on its characteristics, it is often used as a reference in an erotic context or social relevance, as well as in economics as well. So, what are we talking about? What is this mythical creature?
Unicorn.
Great crack. It is a unicorn. So, unicorn it is. So, when we talk about big companies that make a $1 billion valuation, it is considered to be a unicorn. And I won't talk about the erotic part because I'll be keeping it PG-13. So, yes, unicorn was the right answer. Going to Niranjan with the first direct. X was an Indian Urdu novelist, short story writer, and filmmaker beginning in the 1930s. She wrote extensively on themes including female sexuality and femininity, middle class, gentility, and class conflict. And the perspective was always from a Marxist kind of a angle. From the likes of their of contemporaries like Manto, she was considered to be much more popular as her work and herself have been consistently mentioned in literature that was way beyond her time till date. So I want you to identify X.
I have no idea. I'll pass.
Okay, going to Shwetank.
1930s. I'll pass. I'll pass.
Okay, Anshita.
I'm guessing your first YouTube video is going to be a complete flop. I have no idea.
Okay, Diksha.
Savitri by Phule.
Not Savitri by Phule. Okay, so I'll give you this the hint now. This woman has been, as I said, she's been consistently mentioned in literature. The literature that I'm talking about, where she's been extremely famous, is your middle school or high school syllabus. So we've all read poems, whether it's ICC board or CBSE board. There have been poems which were written by her, and she was the only one amongst her contemporaries like Sadat Hasan Manto, who was mentioned in a textbook curriculum.
That SSC degree is really.
Yeah, exactly.
Showing up.
We are from state boards.
So even state board has it. So Maharashtra state board has it.
Oh, okay.
I did my research on that particular pass. So
Okay.
once again, we start with Niranjan.
No idea. Sarojini Naidu.
Okay, not Sarojini Naidu. Shwetank.
Indian Urdu novelist. I'm guessing this one. This must be someone who is Muslim, probably. But I cannot think of anyone from the 1930s.
Just so you know, during that phase, speaking Urdu was not a Muslim only thing. Everyone was into it.
Okay. All right.
Not that I'm giving you a hint or something. I'm just saying that does not matter in this context.
But okay. All right. No, pass.
Okay. Anshita?
I don't know. Pass.
Okay. Lastly, we come to Diksha.
Yeah, no, I've got nothing.
Okay. So we are off on this particular question as well. With this, the answer to the third question was Ishmat Chugtai. So
Yeah, I've never
she,
heard
I have heard of her.
yeah. So we never pay attention to the person who used to write the poems in our Hindi textbooks. So maybe that's why a lot of people forget about her. But yeah, she was the only one
You
during that era.
overestimate me because probably we never paid attention to anything.
Even I didn't. I used to sleep through my Hindi classes. But yeah, textbook में कुछ चीज रह जाती है तो याद रहता है. I mean, it's easier to remember the name of the author than the entire poem.
Yeah.
So we're going to the next direct to Shwetank. Now, currently, okay, this is a fun one. Currently owned by Ish Kapoor. This publishing giant is popular in the academic sphere for school children. The books published by them are widely appreciated by students as well as teachers. One of the most popular book by this particular company was first published in the 80s and till this date is considered to be one of the best sellers in the subject. The author has become a household name for decades and is also has been referred to as the big B of whatever the subject is, blank. Now I want you to tell me the name of the author and the publishing company. There are part points for each. There's even a part point if you tell me one of the right answers and the subject that I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe I'll pass again.
Okay. Anshita?
I'm just guessing because this is the only author used in my household. Sudhamurthy?
Sudhamurthy never wrote textbooks.
Children's
she?
books, no?
School children, academic books.
Oh, okay.
And Sudhamurthy was your guess. So you can
Yes.
only guess the name of the publisher now because you've already given me an author.
Selena publication.
No, not Selena publication. Diksha?
On the publishing company, I'm going to guess Navneet. And on the author, I'm going to get, sorry, tell me if that's right or
No. Go ahead. Give your
okay.
answer.
For the author, I'm going with Wren and Martin.
Okay. Not Ren Martin or Navneet for that matter. Niranjan?
So first published in the 80s, is considered to be one of the best sellers. Household name for decades. Big B of. Okay, so it's going to be a wild guess because it's the big B of something and we are quizzing. So I'm going to go with the author as Siddharth Basu and the publishing company as Penguin.
Okay. Siddharth Basu and Penguin is not the right answer, but significantly important to, in my opinion. Same goes with Ren and Martin, but Ren and Martin is not Navneet. I'll go for one more round with a hint. I'm talking about a specific textbook that goes from 6th to 12th grade. Okay? And yes, it is maths.
Maths?
Yeah.
Which
So
board are we talking about again? Do we get to know that?
No, it's not. Everything is not about the board. Everyone uses it equally,
Okay,
except
fine.
for IB
You say
kids.
so.
Okay, so do I get part points for at least subject?
That though I've given as a hint. Now, if you, I'll consider that if you give me one of the right answers. I'll still give you one, but then it's 2.5
okay,
per
I'm
part.
just going to guess the publishing company probably. Macmillan Books. I don't know.
And the author?
Author, I have no idea.
Okay, not Macmillan. Anshita?
My joke answer is Salman Khan because Big Boss and maths
Because
12th. Sorry?
Salman Khan is associated with physics.
No,
Then
it's
how
just because you've written Big B. So Big Boss. Anyways, maths, okay, the one book that tortured me the most. Adi Sharma?
And the author?
I don't know. That's my only guess.
Okay. Anyone else who Diksha, would you like to RD Sharma is correct. I'm giving you part point for that. Diksha, can you tell me the publisher?
Shades Publications.
Not that. Niranjan?
The sad thing is I have actually opened that book, but I have no idea about its publication. No, I'm completely blanking out. No idea.
Okay, so Anshita gets 2.5 points for RD Sharma, and Dhanpat Rai Publications is the name of the publisher, based in Daryaganj, New Delhi. Okay. So with Anshita opening her account with 2.5 points, the next question is for Diksha. This company was set up in London in 1706 as a seller of a daily use commodity. I'm not telling you the commodity, but this commodity is now popularly consumed globally. Everyone, everywhere uses it. The company was named after its founder and is today the oldest running company of its type or of its sector. Despite being an English brand, they have been acquiring resources from Kenya, Sri Lanka, okay, and even Brazil. So there's a typo. With over 200 blends, this company has a valuation of 11.1 billion pounds, which is approximately 86,000 crore rupees. I want you to tell me the name of the commodity and the conglomerate or the company. If you read the question properly, there are hints.
Got it. For the commodity, I'm going with tea.
And the
And
company?
for the conglomerate, I am going with Twinings.
Brilliant answer. It is Twinings and tea. So Diksha gets another 10. Amazing crack. Now we go to Niranjan. Now this video game series features the main protagonist Blank, a dragon. Since the series introduction in 1998 with the PlayStation game of the same name, what the name of the character is the name of the game, there have been numerous sequels and also a reboot trilogy in the late 2010s, created by the Hastings brothers and currently under the helm of Activision, which is a company for video games. This brand has sold over 30 million units and was also declared as the most sold PlayStation game of all time in 2007 and 8. I want you to tell me the name of the series. So if you tell me the name of the protagonist, that also works.
Is it
Because
Mario?
most of the... No, not Mario.
Dragon.
Going to Shwetank.
Is it, I don't know how it's pronounced, but it is Aragon?
Not Aragon. Anshita? You are muted.
Is it Dragon Wave? I'm just guessing.
No, not Dragon Wave. Going to Diksha.
Mortal Kombat. I don't know anything.
Not Mortal Kombat. Now we'll go again with Niranjan and a hint. The hint is basically the fact that this is a dragon. The hint was already there that it's a dragon. The protagonist is the dragon, and the name of the entire series also starts with the same name. What I want you to focus is on the fact that this game was initially launched with PlayStation, Sony. So Sony had the ownership, and it's something which has how do I say? It's a game that is built on fictional journeys and voyages. So this dragon has a certain storyline that he follows, or the dragon also had a small appearance with Sonic the Hedgehog. So there was a collab kind of a thing back in the day. So I can't reveal the name of the dragon, obviously, because it's the entire answer. So if you think about it, a very old game that was the last edition of which came in 2018. And this dragon is particularly famous in US and Europe.
I have no idea. I'll pass.
Okay, Shwetank.
Okay. The only dragon's name that comes to my mind currently is the one from How to Train Your Dragon.
But that's not the right
it.
answer.
Yeah.
Anshita?
Is it Spyro?
It is Spyro.
Uh-huh.
So great crack. Spyro the Dragon came up with multiple racing games, journey-based games. It was a huge deal, and later on they had a reboot in 2015 to 18 called Spyro the Dragon, reboot of Spyro the Dragon, and then there were multiple games. Basically, it used to come with Game Boys and PlayStations. PC people never got a full exposure of Spyro. So with that, now we go to Diksha again. Okay, so I want you to connect this non-exhaustive list. So if you look at it, there are different years, different teams, and players.
Okay. Can I guess?
Yeah,
Goal scorers in a football World Cup final.
it is the right answer. These are all FIFA World Cup final goal scorers. Okay, with Diksha getting the points for this, we go to the next one, which is Niranjan. So now X is sometimes called an island group or an island chain. So it's a phenomenon where it's called an island group or an island chain, and it's a chain cluster or a collection of islands. Small or big, does not matter. Or sometimes a sea containing, now this also goes to a particular sea where there are very numerous number of scattered islands. One of the most famous X's in the world fall under the Kingdom of Norway with a population of a little over 2,000 people, and it is called Y. Y is popular for the Arctic World Archive, run by the state-owned coal mining company Norsk Spitsbergen Coal Company, translating to Nordic Storage Coal Company, which acts as a data center. I want you to tell me what is this phenomenon X and what is this X which is called Y. So what is this cluster that we are talking about?
Whose turn is it? Anshita's, right?
No, it's Niranjan's.
All right. So
Yeah, I'll pass. I have no idea.
Okay, passing to Shwetank.
No, I'll pass as well.
Okay, Anshita.
Is X Arpig or something like that?
And why?
I have no idea what Y is.
Okay, I'll just give you another chance to improvise on that word. If you have a pen and paper, you can write it down. You're on the right track. That's right.
Arpegialo.
Okay, not Arpegialo. If you could have improvised on that, I would have given you that word. So now we are going for another round with Niranjan again. So
I still have a turn left.
oh, sorry,
Aditya?
Diksha. I'm really sorry. Yes, Diksha.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna guess Archipelago again. So it's Archipagelo is my best guess at how you pronounce this.
For
And spell it,
X.
sorry. Yes.
And Y.
Fjord. I don't know, man. It's Norway.
Okay, not yet, but I'll give five points to Diksha for our archipelago. So it's
I should
archipelago.
get like 2 points now.
Okay, so we'll split it because she threw in the bone. So
Fair
we'll be splitting it, but we are still left with half of it. So we'll go another round for the second half. So as the question here says, it's a Nordic region and is, even though it has a huge archive, which is a coal storage, not cold storage. Yeah, Anshita, you should talk to your brother for not dissing other people. So this is a cold storage, but most of the data that is here is by Google and Microsoft. And this place also contains a seed bank. So basically all the plant species we have, there's a seed bank which has all the seeds, so that if a apocalyptic situation comes in and anyone has to reproduce plants, they can do that. So we'll go again with Niranjan.
Quick question, we're looking for the name of this particular set of islands in Norway.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I have no idea. I'll pass.
Okay, Shwetank.
I have no idea, but I just as a guess, because that's the only thing that I know about that region. I'm just going to say Equinor.
Not Equinor. Anshita.
I don't know. Pass.
Okay, Diksha.
Yeah, no, sorry, I have nothing.
Okay, no problem. With this, we'll be giving part points for archipelago to Anshita. Anshita gets 2 points. Diksha gets 3. And Y was Svalbard.
Why was what?
Svalbard.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So it's something near Greenland and is under the sovereign of Norway. So yeah, because it was Niranjan's direct and was only half cracked, in which the half was done by Diksha, the next one goes back to Niranjan. Okay, so I want you to identify the object in this image, and I want the name, proper name. It has a specific name.
So it has a formal name. It's not just, I can't say these are Japanese dolls or something.
I would prefer the specific name.
I have no idea. Japanese collectibles. I have no idea.
Okay, going to Shwetank.
No idea, man. Why couldn't I get the football question? I don't know. Skittles.
Not Skittles. Going to Anshita.
I'm going to say dolls.
I can't give you part points. I'm sorry. Going to Diksha.
I don't know the formal name, but Russian dolls.
Okay, I'll give it to you. It's called Matryoshka doll, but also called as Russian dolls. So these dolls, they go one inside the other, and the biggest one captures all of them. So with Matryoshka doll, Diksha gets another 10. We go back to Niranjan with another direct.
Niranjan is going to get all the
directs, and Diksha is killing
and it'll
him.
pass. Yeah.
So the next question is Thomas Stemberg, a Harvard alum, started a retail business in 1986 that focused on an industry that was not a common sight in the American household. This company was still backed by, because it was a very unconventional business, people thought nobody will invest in it, but it was still backed by multiple investors, including Senator Mitt Romney. who served in the board of directors for the business for 15 years. Now, today, this company is one of the biggest suppliers in their sector and generates a revenue of over 14 billion. This is per annum. I want you to tell me the name of this company. There are a lot of hints in this particular question within itself. And if I'm assuming right, Niranjan works in US, so he must have had something from this store
Niranjan works where?
in the US, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So definitely you would have heard of it or you've used it definitely.
Is it Walmart?
Not Walmart. Good track. Going to Shwetank.
My guess was that. No, yeah, I'll pass.
Okay. Anshita.
I have no idea. Pass.
You don't want to take a guess.
My guess is it a company that sells mitts or mittens?
I'll give you fun points because you made some connection, but no. Diksha?
I'm gonna guess Intel.
Not Intel. We'll go for another round with a very obvious hint. I'll just say one word. Okay, two words. Office supplies. Start with Niranjan.
Staples.
Exactly, it is Staples. So Staples is the company started by
Damn it.
Thomas Temburn, and Mitt Romney had a lot of money into it, because of which Staples was one of the primary sponsors to his senator elections and, if I'm not wrong, presidential election as well. So with Niranjan getting this, we go to another direct for Shwetank. It's a little verbose, but trust me, it's very easy.
I would doubt that, but then okay, let's see.
So in 1913, British officials met at Simla, which is basically Shimla, but they used to call it that way, to discuss Tibet's status. The conference was attended by representatives of Britain, China, and Tibet. The final 3rd July 1914 accord lacked any textual boundary limitations or descriptions. They did not make any certain descriptions, or they did not limit Tibet to a certain region. It made reference to a small scale map with very little detail, and one that primarily showed lines separating China from inner Tibet and inner Tibet from outer Tibet. This map lacked any initials or signature from the Chinese plenipotentiary, which means Yuan Chen, who was the diplomat for China in this meeting. However, Chen had signed an earlier draft, which was similar to this, from 27th April, a few months ago. Both the drafts of this small-scale map extended the identical red line symbol between inner Tibet and China further to the southwest, approximating the entire route of blank being the answer, and thus dead ending near Tawang at the Bhutan tri-point. However, neither draft labels British India or anything similar in that area that now constitutes Arunachal Pradesh. So it's a line that goes from that first of all breaks inner Tibet and China from each other and goes till the Bhutan tri-point where they meet at Arunachal Pradesh. But the entire draft has no mention of British India back then. Later on, a far more detailed 8 miles to the inch blank map of 24th and 25th March 1914 is signed only by the Tibetan and British representatives, not the Chinese ones. What are we talking about?
Okay.
So think of that region and what all specifically has happened in the name of division and partition.
Was this region in news and some time ago?
No, not some time ago. It has been in the news, but not some time ago. But then almost everything is in the news nowadays.
So both the dashes are the same.
Yes.
Both the blanks are the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Take a
8
wild
miles to the
guess.
inch is a scale that was used in the map.
Okay. I'm just going to take a chance. Nepal.
Not Nepal. Going to Anshita.
Is it a river that you're talking about?
Not a river. Going to Niranjan.
Sorry, it's Diksha, right?
Hey. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Diksha. Sorry.
The Sangso Lake.
Not this
I don't
one.
know how you
Lake.
say it.
Niranjan.
Is it the route taken by people to travel in between these regions or something?
No, not that. We'll take another round with a hint. The basic hint that I'm going to give here is think of Inner Tibet, China, Bhutan, and Arunachal Pradesh all together, and what exactly comes in the midpoint of that, comes in between all of that. You need to, put aside Outer Tibet. Don't think of it. Think about something which was established by the British along with the Chinese, Tibetan people, which created a particular thing, and later on, that is the reason why Dalai Lama came to India. So, Shwetank.
Is it a Buddhist monastery?
Not a Buddhist monastery. Going to Anshita.
Is it the Himalayas?
No, not the Himalayas. Diksha.
Indian Ocean. I don't know.
Okay, way off. Niranjan.
I have no idea.
Okay. So nobody gets this particular question.
Quite an easy question.
It is an easy question. The answer was McMahon Line. So this is what created Arunachal, like the northeast frontier area that became later on Arunachal Pradesh. There was a lot of conflict. So McMahon Line is what distributed Arunachal Pradesh and inner China and inner Tibet and outer Tibet with China. So being Shwetank's direct, the next question will go to Anshita. Before that, okay, so no, actually we are halfway through now. The order reverse. So now we'll start again with Shwetank, and then Shwetank, Niranjan, Diksha, and Anshita. Going to the next question. This is from the world of television, along with history. Now, Christopher Catesby Harrington, also professionally known as Kit Harington, is an English actor and producer. He is popular for the portrayal of the bastard Prince Jon Snow from Game of Thrones and has been casted as Black Knight in the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Entertainment Universe movie, The Eternals. Harrington is a self-made actor with no trail of nepotism preceding him, and yet he has been connected to his ancestor John Harrington, who was not associated to the film industry or the entertainment industry, but was an English courtier and inventor of a very peculiar household object. I want you to tell me what object are we talking about. John Harrington was way back in the 17th, 18th century. So think of that way.
Is that object even used now?
Yeah.
See, because he is English, I'm just going to say it's a teapot.
Not a teapot. Anshita. Sorry, Niranjan.
Is it the compass?
Not the compass. Diksha.
An iron.
Not an iron. So now we go to Anshita.
Is it a chair?
Almost. I'm giving you a chance to improvise. You're almost there.
Is it a sofa?
Not the sofa. We'll go one more round, starting from Shwetank with a hint. Think of this object associated with your bathroom.
Okay. Obviously it's not the iron throne, but is it the Western commode?
It is the modern flush toilet. So I'll give it to you. Shwetank gets 5 points.
Finally off the mark.
Yes. So Shwetank also starts off, and since we had finished our first round, first half, I forgot to mention the scores. Anshita is at 9.5. Diksha is at 43. Niranjan at 5, and Shwetank is also now at 5. He was at 0, now he is at 5. So, yes, John Harrington came up with this thing that is still being used. Now, with Shwetank's answer, the next is for Niranjan. X originates in the lower part of the Earth's crust and in the upper portion of the mantle. Most of the mantle and the crust are solid, so the presence of X is crucial to the understanding of geology and morphology of the mantle, how the structure of mantle is created. X is defined as the molten or semi-molten natural material from which all igneous rocks are formed. So what is X?
Is it the magma?
Definitely, it is the magma. Great crack. Niranjan gets 10 points. Amazing. So magma is what goes out from a volcano and then it solidifies, becoming an igneous rock. That's why igneous rocks have these wave-like layers, as you can see in the magma as well. Next, we have Diksha. Plank is a method by which an object is suspended with no support other than magnetic fields. Magnetic force is used to counteract the effects of the gravitational acceleration and any other acceleration for that matter. This is used extensively in contactless welding and magnetic bearings, but the most popular utility is, however, blank. There are two blanks. Both the blanks are similar but also different, because the second blank is eponymous to the phenomenon, which is the first blank on which it works on. So if you tell me just one of it, you get the whole points.
Suspension.
No, not suspension. Suspension requires something to hold a structure. There's nothing connected to it. It's all magnetic fields. Going to Anshita.
Is it used for bullet trains?
Okay, could you be more specific with the phenomenon?
Magnetic something.
Okay, I'll give it to you because it is, however, the popular utility. So it's called maglev, magnetic levitation. that carries the entire thing from to and fro. So I'll give 10 points to Anshita for this. It is used in bullet trains. Even in India, we are trying to get maglev. So Anshita got this one right. So the next one goes to Shwetank. Now this is a list which is non-exhaustive. There are more members to this list. Kodiak, cheetah, puma, snow leopard, Yosemite, El Capitan, Big Sur, High Sierra, Mojave. These are all belonging to a particular category, and I want you to name that category.
Do they all have a similar kind of an animal as their logo?
No, not having a similar animal. Niranjan?
Okay.
So I was the beta user for Big Sur. So this is the different names for Mac operating system.
Brilliant crack. These are all different Mac OS versions. Niranjan gets another 10. Amazing answer. We now go to Diksha again. Direct. Now X is a tree likely originating from South Central Mexico, classified as a member of a flowering plant family, Lauriaceae. The fruit of the plant, which is called alligator pear, is botanically a large berry. Pears are not berries, but this one is a berry. These trees are partially self-pollinating and are often propagated through grafting in order to maintain the fruit quality and quantity. So grafting is cutting the stem and connecting to another plant so that it grows again. So to maintain or ensure the quality and quantity of the yield, you do grafting. And I want you to tell me the name of this tree. The name of the tree is also eponymous to another name of the fruit.
The cacao tree.
Not the cacao tree. Going to Anshita.
My joke answer is Chipotle.
Okay. Your real
I
answer.
don't know what the berry is.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Shwetank.
Is it avocado?
Excellent crack. It is the avocado. My hint was going to be look at the shape. It was alligator pear.
Yeah.
Because of the rough surface of the fruit and the shape of a pear, avocado is called alligator pear. Great crack. Shwetank gets 10 points. With this, we come to the next question, which will be a direct for Niranjan. Now, this is a very desi question. Blank is another name for a reservoir in which water can be stored. It is also a source of groundwater. Numerous tanks and bouleys were commissioned by the ruling clans during the Middle Ages, in which water was collected mainly during the rainy season and was then used throughout the year by the people in the neighborhood. So I want you to tell me what is the blank. So it is a desi question, but yeah, it has an English name. I want that English name.
I have no idea. Is it a well?
Could you be a little more specific?
Underground well. I mean.
Okay, not the underground well. Nice try, Shwetank. One more point. Okay, going to Diksha.
Do you want a type of well?
I want an answer.
Then. A dam.
Okay, dam is your answer. I'll give you 1 point because I found it funny. So Diksha gets 1 point. Going to Anshita.
Because you said it's a very Indian thing, I'm going to say Nala.
Do people store and collect water from the Nala? Okay, not a Nala, obviously. So, Shwetank, it was your direct, Shwetank?
No. This is
Niranjan.
Niranjan's.
Yeah.
Is it a bore well?
Not a bore well. So I'll go for 5 points with a hint. Now, this is something which is not a very small construction. It's a huge construction, which looks like a pond, but not exactly a pond. And yes, it is a type of well. The thing is, if you look into the question properly, you will find the English name, like you'll find the name that you're supposed to answer.
The answer is in the question.
Nahi. I might be ignorant and stupid, but not that much. Before Niranjan answers, I'll just put up another hint that it's something that is very clearly present in Rajasthan, because you have to collect as much water as possible during the rainy season and then utilize it throughout the year. So you'll find it predominantly there.
No idea.
Going to Diksha.
A step well.
Brilliant answer. It is a step well, and step well is called Bauli. So I had mentioned it in the question also. So Diksha gets 5 points. And the next question will be for Anshita. Yeah. So Kuchela was a childhood friend of the Hindu deity or Hindu god Krishna from Mathura. Apparently, he was from Porbandar, born in a Brahmin family or Brahmin caste. His father's name was Matuka and mother's was Rochna Devi. Krishna was from the royal family and the god of avatar of God Vishnu. But this difference in the socioeconomic status did not come in the way of their education and friendship, because gurus at that time used to treat all pupils the same. Now, what popular story is associated with this friendship?
Is it Sudama?
Okay, I'll give it to you. It is Krishna Sudama. That is, the Kuchela is another name for Sudama. So another great crack. 10 more points to Anshita. We now go to Shwetank for the next question. Right now we have 4 questions left. So it's the last round of questions, starting with Shwetank. Identify this political leader and theorist.
No, I don't want to cancel out any options for others. So I'll just ask.
Okay, going to Niranjan.
So my joke answer is definitely Bernie Sanders, maybe when he was young. But is it Karl Marx?
Not Karl Marx. Way too less beard for Karl Marx.
Yeah.
Diksha.
Is it Mao? Mao is whatever.
Mao was Chinese.
Taking a guess. Could be Chinese.
Okay, yeah, true. So not Mao, obviously. Anshita.
I have no idea.
Anshita has passed, so we'll now go to the hint and then 5 points, starting with Shwetank. So the hint, obviously, if I say anything, it will be very obvious. The same reason why you did not eliminate an option. So I'll just say, think of the founding stone for USSR.
Is it Stalin?
Not Stalin. Niranjan.
Is it Mikhail Gorbachev?
Not Mikhail Gorbachev. Good guess, but not Mikhail Gorbachev. Diksha?
No.
Diksha has an answer in her mouth because of the 2 eliminations of the options.
I don't know. I'm just confused. Oh shit. Okay.
See, I said USSR, so you don't have to think about the country now.
I know.
You know you want to say it.
I really don't. If I knew it, I would have guessed by now. Shit.
There's only one person left. I mean,
I know. I can't get that name in my head right now.
see, if you say the last name, it will be fine. First name, I won't give points because it's common.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not going to waste time. Vladimir Putin. I don't know. Sorry.
No, obviously not Putin. Anshita?
So it is Vladimir, the first name.
Like, even if it is, what would be your last name's guess?
Lenin.
It is Vladimir Lenin. So Anshita gets
Just
5
two
points.
things.
There were few names in that particular hint, so you had already eliminated 2. So with Lenin, we again go to Shwetank with the third last question of this quiz. Okay, Lenin, this is Lenin name. Shwetank, this is a zoology question. It's one of my favorite questions of all times, ever since I was 15. So Darevskia saxicola is a parthenogenic, that is unisexual species of a reptile that is found predominantly in Armenia and in the Armenian and Turkish highlands. What is the common name of this species?
Is it armadillo?
Not armadillo. Going to Niranjan.
Is it a chameleon?
Not a chameleon. Diksha.
Is it the holiday armadillo?
Okay, I'll give you 3 points for this.
I will take what I can get.
But not anything to do with armadillo. Anshita?
I don't know. Pass.
Okay, we now go to the hint part. I have mentioned 2 regions. The common name comprises of 2 words, out of which the region plays an important aspect. So we start again with Shwetank.
Armenian lizard? I don't know.
I'll give it to you. It's an Armenian rock lizard.
Oh, this is a total guess.
Nice.
So yeah, so found in Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkey. Earlier known as Lacerta saxicola, but then it got changed. This is one unisexual reptile that produces only females. So
Okay.
going to the next question for Niranjan, the second last question of this quiz. This is an excerpt. I first met J. Robert Oppenheimer on October 8, 1942 at Berkeley, California. There we discussed the theoretical research studies he was engaged in with respect to the blank. Our discussions confirmed my previous belief that we should bring all of the widely scattered theoretical work together. He expressed complete agreement, and it was then that the idea of the prompt establishment of a Los Alamos was conceived. What is the name of that historic establishment that Leslie R. Groves is talking about?
Is it the Manhattan Project?
I wasn't even doubtful that you will give me the right answer on this one. This is the Manhattan Project, exact. Amazing. So the Manhattan Project was the nuclear project that was taken up during the Second World War. So Oppenheimer was the chief physicist there. Great crack. Diksha, this is your question. The last question of today's round. Identify the structure which was fictitiously demolished by Death Eaters.
Shit. Should know this.
Obviously, I could have made it way easier, but I won't. For anyone who knows, when I make quizzes, there are some questions that are just for my fun.
Yeah, I should know this. Hold on.
If you've read the book, it is mentioned there. If you've just watched the movies, you haven't heard about it. Yeah, go on.
I'm just gonna guess London Bridge and
yeah, not London Bridge. Going to Anshita.
Read the books. So I have no clue.
You would like to take a guess?
No, I think she said something, but that wasn't audible. Anshita, can you
Okay,
come again?
Anshita, yeah, what was it? Because
I just
throughout
said
the quiz, you've said I have no clue, so I just assume it was that.
Yes, it was that.
Okay.
Yes, Shwetank.
No. I
You're
don't
passing?
know. I'll
Okay.
pass. Yeah.
Niranjan?
I'm confused because I thought it was the London Bridge.
The London Bridge is huge. This is not that huge.
Yeah.
It's a walking bridge.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. It's in the book. You mentioned it's in the book as well, right?
Yeah.
I know this is. I'm almost sure this is wrong. Is it the Potomac Bridge?
No, not the Potomac Bridge.
Yeah.
I'll go another round with Diksha with a hint. Now, this particular excerpt or this particular bridge was demolished in the first chapter of the 6th book, which was specifically written so that they can break something like of a big structure. So J.K. Rowling did write about this particular bridge because she knew that this is the bridge that can be broken and twisted around. And the name is something to do with time.
With time.
Time.
Is it the Clock Tower Bridge?
No, not the clock tower bridge. Anshita?
With the watch bridge.
Not the watch bridge. Going to Shwetank.
Okay. I have two theories in mind right now. Go with one. Does it lead to Big Ben?
It does not. London Bridge leads to Big Ben.
Do I get another chance?
No.
Okay.
Niranjan?
You didn't say that it's got to Niranjan.
I thought ना अब तो रट गया होगा.
हाँ तो रटा है, but it just as form.
Don't know the name. It's a cable bridge for sure, but I don't know the name. Yeah.
Okay, Diksha?
I'm done.
You're done as in? Acha, it was
Uh,
your
I-
turn. Oh, okay. So nobody gets this. The right answer. Oh, where's the right answer? Oh, हाँ, इसमें font नहीं था. The right answer is Millennium Bridge. So the winner of today's quiz is Diksha with 48 points. Second is Niranjan, then Anshita, and lastly Shwetank. The most fun participant, however, is Shwetank.
Oh, won something at least.
Yeah, so with 6 points, Shwetank was there. Shwetank started off with the office background and then 1 more point for the office ringtone. So that made it up.
Yeah.
Diksha is second on the list. Anshita is third and Niranjan is fourth on the fun participation. So with this, we come to an end to our third round. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Thank you, everyone in the spectator group who are constantly answering and every day giving out around 1,000 messages into that group, making WhatsApp think that end-to-end encryption should be a real thing. So now that will be all for today. We'll be back tomorrow for the next match. Thank you so much.